Blessings and welcome, everyone. Just getting a few things set up here. I'm so grateful to be with you here today. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and this is 4D Trinity. Once a month, I go live. No, once a week. I go live here on YouTube and at Instagram. I'm going to get Instagram set up here, and I share the show 4D Trinity, where we bridge fourth dimensional consciousness through the unity of mind, body, and emotions with spirit. And once a month on the show 4D Trinity, I host this show, Ask Me Anything, Q&A, whereby you can ask me anything and I will give you divine guidance as it channels through from your higher self. Now let's get live on Instagram. I'm going to have a sip of tea. So good. So again, blessings and welcome, everyone. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and this is my weekly live stream, 4D Trinity, where we bridge heaven on earth. We bridge fourth dimensional consciousness through the unity of mind, body, and emotions with spirit. I'm so grateful to be with you here today and to have this opportunity to share with you divine wisdom, divine counsel, as it is guided. It is such a gift. It is such a gift. If you are joining me on YouTube, please leave your comments in the comment box. Please leave your questions in the comment box. And if you're at Instagram, you can DM me your question. And I will be very happy to attune and align to channel your higher self, to connect with you, to connect with your higher self, and bridge and bring forth information and divine guidance and counsel that is here to serve you, that is here to serve your higher good, your spiritual growth. And so thank you again for joining me, everyone. All of life is a learning curve, isn't it? It just really, really is. I continue to learn so much. And really, how do we learn? We learn by stepping outside of our comfort zone. We learn by changing the way that we perhaps have seen ourselves, the way that we've seen the world, the way that we have interfaced with this world that we've been told about through our families, our friends, society, social media, history books, our cultures, and our traditions. And as we come to know thyself and know thyself divine, we enter into a divine landscape whereby we begin to grow. We begin to become challenged by what we have learned to know is that actual truth. And it bumps up against a truth that perhaps is deep within us, that interfaces in a different way with the truths that we've been taught and the truths that we've been told about the world. And as we allow ourselves to grow and explore who we are outside of those truths, we begin to know who we are in a different way and in a different light. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to share with you what I've learned and what I've garnered through my life experience, through my spiritual growth, and the teachers, the teachings that have come to me in my life and that have really served my spiritual growth and spiritual sovereignty. And so today, if you're joining me, and if you do have a question for the show Q&A, Ask Me Anything, I welcome you. I welcome you now to leave me a DM if you're on Instagram and send your question in that way to @TuesdayMayThomas. And if you're here on YouTube, in YouTube land, please feel free to leave your question in the comments and I will very happily channel your higher self and bridge the gap and offer information that may be of real divine service. Higher self often contains information that is in our unconscious or that is even subconscious. And if you're familiar with how I teach, you know, the subconscious gets a bad rap sometimes because it is said that it has and holds everything, right? It is a tape recorder. It has and holds everything that we interface, that we experience in our life. It is just a tape recorder bring all of the information, all of the bits of information, and then it remains lodged in that basement of our awareness, and it interacts with those beliefs, with those stories that we believe about the world, and it serves in us navigating our yeses and our nos, or where we will go and direct our energy, how we will direct that energy in this world, that we may know who we are, that we may really come into a greater attunement with our heart, with our truth, with our divine knowing, and be led further along the breadcrumb trail. And the thing about the subconscious, though, is what I feel, what I've come to know is that it holds the seed of our truth, the same as the seed in our heart holds those divine gifts of vision, those divine gifts of intuitive insight that are always within us. The subconscious, rooted, I believe and I teach in that root chakra, is that which holds the truth. The truth is in there, though it may be covered and shrouded by some information that is not congruent with the truth that you are coming to know. It is there for you. And we have someone joining us here on YouTube. I'm going to have a look. Oh, blessing, Champagne. You know, I saw that you had signed up, that you had said hello last time, but by the time I said hello, it was a little late. So thank you for hopping on, Champagne. Nice to see you, Katie, as well. Blessings. So yes, I do believe that if we venture, as we venture down and along those realms of truth, and we're seeking a greater truth, a greater part of the divine mystery that we are, and adding that truth to the truths that we already feel in our intuitive self, the truth that is here to steer us and guide us along that greater knowing, along that adventure of us being ourselves. Well, that's when that adventure really begins to happen. And sometimes there are questions along the way, questions about anything. And in fact, there is this paradigm that speaks to, the moment we stop asking questions is the moment we really start to go deeper in. Yet, at the same time, asking questions is a way that we come to learn who we are, that we come to learn who it is we want to be, that we begin to understand and feel into the paradigms that surround us, the beliefs that have been taught unto us, so that we can gain, again, a sense of what is real to me, what is true to me, what do I want to be true to me in this time. And so that subconscious, while it holds all of the information and all the stories we've been told about the world and about ourselves, our bodies, sex and sexuality, about money, about, the possibilities that are here for us in the world, oftentimes we may find ourselves bumping into things that we don't want to be true for us. We don't want to have these same experiences our parents had. We don't feel that we have to relive certain circumstances in order to get to where it is we know that is true in our hearts, right? So if you are brought up in a family whereby you are told that no one gets anywhere, and that you shouldn't really even think about going to college because no one in this family goes to college, and good luck getting to where it is you think you're going to go, because that's not what we do here in this family. We work hard to get where we're going. Yet as you grow up, and if you feel and you realize that you don't want to work hard, that actually work is play to you, and that you want to go to college, well, you're going to have to bump into all of those beliefs and those stories you've been told by your family or by those who have brought you up, that have offered to you that no one in the family goes to college and good luck even trying. You're going to have to face those beliefs, and to the depth that you have believed in them and given them the right of way, you will bump into them, and that is where you will meet yourself and your ability to then grow beyond what it is you have been told. So we have some questions coming in on YouTube, so we're going to begin. Champagne asks, will I find love soon? Someone with good intentions. I haven't had good luck. I'm dealing with a Leo just like me, but it's not working out. He's like a lesson to me. Yes, that's my situation right now. Wow, about the college situation. And it's been putting pressure on me now. I'm behind in college. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you're feeling pressure by college, but that you're also dealing with feeling that you're ready to be with someone. And this certain someone currently is a Leo. And it's working out in the way that it's becoming more of a lesson than a love affair, is what I'm getting from you. And that it's kind of putting you in way of, it's serving as a distraction, if you will, in way of you being present in your college and in the situation that you're in, to be the best version of you can there. And believe me, I understand. I understand completely. And love and attraction and potential romance will do that. So let's take a moment to connect from the heart. And we enter the rose quartz crystalline cave to do this work together. And for the highest good, I connect with your higher self. Everyone who asks a question here today, I connect with your higher self. And for the highest good, I offer insight and information from that hidden realm to serve your spiritual growth and your sovereignty at this time. So champagne, let's go in and let's be in consideration of this Leo that you are working with now, that you are feeling these feelings for, but that you are not sure if they have the same feelings back for you. And what I'm getting initially is that every love situation, every situation that we place ourselves in the way of a divine romance, of the potential to share in that divine romance with someone, there will be lessons. So know that that is not necessarily something to be sidetracked by. Yet at the same time, this person feels that they are not looking for what you are looking for at this time. So let's see if there's more information coming. What I'm getting right now is that this Leo character is in the space of feeling this. I keep getting this young, free, and single. So this person, while they may be a little flirty and they may give you some indirect sort of indirect waves in the direction of that maybe there could be a potential there. And I do get there's definitely chemistry, there's an energy between you. But what feels even more prominent right now is this aspect of the lesson. And if you can put yourself in that place of being present with the lessons that are guided at this time through this situation with this Leo, what I'm getting is that they will better serve you when it's time for someone who matches and fits better the blueprint of the one that you would actually have in your life, of the one that you would actually call in. So I'm going to pause just a moment there, Champagne, and I'm going to welcome everyone in Instagram land to this once a month on my show, 4D Trinity. I host a Q&A, Ask Me Anything. So if you do have questions on Instagram, please DM me at my Tuesday May Thomas page through that messenger, and I will read your questions and offer insight and counsel. So I pray, Champagne, that that serves you. I'm going to come back over here to YouTube. Yes, he's young. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting that he's not he's not calibrated to the level of a man, if you will, that you would have. Yet that youthful aspect that he has is very important, because it offers a sense of of what I'm getting is where perhaps, and I say this with love, but this is just what's coming through, perhaps where you have become a little serious in terms of needing or requiring people to show up, men specifically, to show up in certain ways, that they would be what you need them to be. And while you can have that, what this young Leo is bringing to you is this sense of loosening up, of having fun. And really, that's what I get he's about. I get, for now, from this time and space, coordination, that if you can hold that space with this young Leo lightly and flirt and let the chemistry be that divine play, that divine dance between you, that you'll find yourself loosening up. You'll find yourself able to have these kinds of happenstance circumstances romantically, and you will actually begin to create the seed foundation frequency that is of that innocence, that is of that laughter and that lightness, of that youthfulness, yet it will be grounded in your wisdom, in the wisdom that you carry. And that blueprint will then walk with you, so that those potentials you bring forward or that come forward to you, that have all or more of the right set points in alignment with what it is you would have in a partner, will also be coming, but with your ability, then with that ability of yourself to be light, to be young, to be youthful, to release expectations or requirements of how you would have things show up for you in the past. You are not who you were in the past, and who you are now is much wiser, is much more mature. But this young Leo is offering to stay young at heart. Okay. All right. So that's Champagne. Thank you so much for your question. And we may pop back in. I know there's a question from Katie, but I'm just going to pop over to our DMs on Instagram and just see if we have any questions here. Okay. And I have two. What advice? Okay, here we go. Here's a question. Jean-Mi, what advice do my guides have for me for the upcoming year? What advice do my guides have for me for the upcoming year? So this is a DM from Instagram. So taking this moment and connecting with your higher self. What do your guides have for you as guidance for this upcoming year? So right away, I receive for you work and relocation, work and relocation. So perhaps your job, Jean-Mi, is going to invite you to relocate, is going to invite you to rethink how you've been doing your life. So in terms of considering your work in this world, is it fulfilling you? Are there places and spaces where you can grow and exceed who you've known yourself to be? It feels that there will be an opportunity or opportunities coming towards you. And right now, I'm getting two opportunities, and one opportunity is going to it's okay. What I'm getting is there's going to be this interesting paradigm for you, because there's going to be an opportunity that will look good, and it is good, and it may even pay more, if you will. This is a metaphor, yet it's going to keep you in the status quo of who you've known yourself to be, of how you've known yourself to be. Yet at the same time, there will also be an opportunity for you to move away physically or literally. I am getting location relocation, whether it's where you actually move to be a part of a new job opportunity, or it's the moving of a job, where the new job opportunity will actually invite you to be more of who you are. It will allow you to bring forward more of your creative talents and abilities. It'll be more aligned with your authentic self. Yet it might only pay, if you will, the same as where you're at now. So you understand there's this juxtaposition where you will be invited to consider very deeply, are you happy where you're at? And it's quite okay if you are, to stay right there where you are, and to maybe even get a raise where you are. Yet the paradigm that you are working at will only let your creative talents, your abilities, it'll be more of the same, is what I'm getting. uh, Yet maybe a little bit more pay. Whereas the adventure, I feel, falls for you in that new job, in that new location, in this new scenario that is going to use your creative talents and abilities, but that's going to be asking more of you creatively. It's actually going to allow you to enjoy and be more fulfilled by your day-to-day work that you're doing, though it may not look on the outside as shiny and gold as the same opportunity that will pay more. It will actually pay more in your heart and give you that ability to show up in greater ways, which will open up a whole new adventure story of life for you. So that sounds really good. Let's see if there's anything more for you, Jami. So we have work and location. And your higher self is saying, in terms of work, in terms of love, keep it real and you will be carried. Keep it real and you will be carried. So what does that mean to you? Keep it real and you will be carried. So be authentic, be yourself. I feel that you may be involved with someone right now. And really the sustaining of that, the sustaining of keeping a relationship, of maintaining or building a relationship, whether it is starting as friends or there's already some romantic commitment going on, is to relax, is to less is more, to be yourself and allow the nature of the love to unfold. Because whether it is happening now or this is something that is coming to you in this next year, there is a very authentic, natural, rooted connection that is waiting to be bridged. And again, if it is already, if you feel that bridge is already becoming, that it is, that all it requires is for you to be yourself and for you to pay attention and to relax into being in love's presence. So I pray that serves you, Jami. Okay, let's get back over to YouTube land. Katie Mahoney. I only discover the truth of my power through communicating with others. It's complicated, yet so simple at the same time. You know, Katie, it's so true. On my bathroom mirror, you know how we write in that erasable marker affirmations or prayers or you know, sacred words that we're activating in our consciousness. And there's something written on the bathroom mirror that I wrote that says, you know, teachers learn what they want to teach. And so in a way, Katie, you know, when you're saying you're understanding your power, and let me just reread so I'm very clear here. I only discover the truth of my power through communicating with others. You know, I get that fully. This is a shared experience that we are having with one another. And when we consciously share space with others and open a way to be met by the energy of others, that shared experience is connecting them to that light that we share and to the divine gifts of insight. You know, and I will tell you this, I know that years ago when I think we're in 2 years now of this 4D Trinity. And yes, in October it was 2 years. And I remember before it started, all I knew is that I felt this really deep guidance to begin sharing on these themes, of which I'm now making a movie. I'm writing this new book, and that's really spurring my whole life forward. And I was very afraid, even though a lot of these informations and a lot of these teachings I had been sharing for almost 20 years. It was still a next level for me to actually set up a live stream and then like go, you know, and talk about it and actually share the information. But what I found, Katie, is that by doing that, that is actually the stuff that strengthened my ability to connect with those teachings, that information, and actually bridge more. And the presence of yourself, the presence of everyone who is ever called to gather and hold space and to just be a part of sharing and holding and listening and maybe you know, participating their own 2 cents, all of our minds together then help to put the puzzle pieces together to create a bigger picture. So Katie, there is a sense when we, you know, when we share with others, we receive more. When we teach what it is we want to learn, we begin to learn more, and then there's more to teach. And so in the sense of you having a sense of, you know, your own power, but also feeling that that power becomes strengthened when you share your insights, you share with others, well, then that's your key. That's the key. How might this work for you? I know for me as well, It was one thing years ago when I became attuned with Reiki and started learning to use it for my own healing experiences and in my own bubble, having very powerful and profound awakening and spiritual growth spurts. And then on another level, when it was time to actually share and facilitate with others, wow, that created a whole different paradigm through which the interaction and the exchange actually shared more than it would than if I was just on my own. And so I encourage you to consider, is there a way, is there a platform? Maybe you blog, maybe you want to set up a YouTube channel, maybe there's some way that you can even offer your friends or your family a platform, if you are so called guided, by which to share those things that really, really excite you, those things that really turn you on, as a means to connect the dots, as a means to be of service and share what you have learned. But also, our students are our teachers. So maybe you feel this sense of a teacher, maybe you don't, maybe it is just in a really just a general sense of sharing, of having these conversations with others. But I encourage you to do more of that if this is a way that is leading you into a greater sense of power. And really, what do we say here? That power is really just that root and that strong anchor in love. And that love is really all knowing. And the more of those parts of ourselves that we disband that are rooted in fear, the greater our ability to access love, and that divine wisdom is within us. And I am a student of A Course in Miracles, and I'll share that A Course in Miracles speaks to this aspect that all minds are joined. Yet sometimes we think we're our own little mind. Yet when we connect our minds, our hearts with others, that is when all of those blueprints and those pieces of the puzzle come together in that divine way that actually distill and bring about even more information for us than would be if we were perhaps on our own. Now, it doesn't always have to happen like that. You could get profound insights on your own, and we do. Yet, yes, that love, that power becomes multiplied when we share it with others. And Katie, this card was sitting at the bottom of the deck, and it's guided to be with you here with regards to this little offering, and it's participation. So where in life, again, is it time for you to be creative in the way that you share, in the way that you share your power, and hold that space. Learn to hold that space for yourself and others. And the next card that came up for you, Katie, is the Fool. And so it's to do so, as we had mentioned with champagne, to do so with innocence, right? And that's a part of the thing here with this being a teacher, or tapping into power, tapping into your power, tapping into all minds being joined, and the information we get is to know that none of us own it. None of us own it, but that it is simply here for us to access and to utilize as we will in this world and in our lives. And so to be the Fool means to continue to come back to zero, continue to be the master, but with that divine balance of being the student that is always learning. Okay, so I pray that that serves you, Katie, and for your highest growth at this time. Okay, so Katie says, exactly, for me, being in the public eye or shining is where I still hold fear. She also says, my power is strengthened as the power of others is strengthened. Yes, exactly, Katie. So I pray that that serves you. And I know there was a question here by Elizabeth. Elizabeth, we're going to get back to you. Let me just check the DMs here, and we'll see if there's any questions in Instagram land. And if you're aware, I have two Instagram accounts. One is my home account, Tuesday May Thomas, and the other one is Grid Mind Science. That is an account that I have that's all about holding space for the Grid Mind Science teachings that I'm sharing, and the movie that I'm making, the screenplay I'm writing, Grid Mind Science. And so you are welcome to send me a DM through that medium as well. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look here, and oh, maybe there's something here. Let's just have a look. Okay. And there is, but it's an old one, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go into that. Let's go ahead and stay with where we are in our activated land here of Instagram and YouTube in this moment. Okay. All right, so I think there's one here. And thank you for your presence of being here, everyone. Okay, so we're going to hit back up here to YouTube land with Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, I've been offered a studio to start a yoga program as lead teacher, and I want to ask if I should proceed for my highest good. That is so exciting. Okay, so you've been asked, we're going to read it again. You've been offered a studio to start a yoga program as lead teacher, and I want to ask if I should proceed for my highest good. Lead teacher, okay. And taking a moment to connect with your higher self, Elizabeth. So I'm getting quite a bit here. First of all, what I am getting is yes. I'm also getting that that this opportunity, that this proceeding will not be without its bumps in the road. What I get is that this might be, if not a new yoga studio, this is, I think whatever's happening or percolating is new for this studio. So there's going to be a lot of learning curves. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have access to in terms of predicaments and situations that you're going to get to troubleshoot. So it is an opportunity for growth. I'm getting the word business. So there's this sense of this real big opportunity for you to show up in a way that is more business than you have before, specific to being a part of a facility, of a center that is established or that is establishing itself, and that you can make yourself a part of that community. Yet it won't be without its learning curves. So let's see if there's more. What learning curves, what information can we share with Elizabeth that will help to clarify this guidance now with this opportunity for her? So again, I get yes. And because I know you personally, I know that you are very organized, and I'm getting that there is a sense of that what this is going to call for is a greater level of organization and preparation. And so higher self is saying, to the degree that you are ready and willing to make those changes, to the degree that you are ready and willing to make sacred space for this to happen, that it will happen with greater grace. And so the opportunity is here. It is here for you to meet it. Yet, what I'm getting is that a sacred circle, I'm seeing a sacred circle in which you place, I'm seeing your stones or sacred items in which you place, whether you write it on pieces of paper, or there are little affirmation cards or specific symbols or words or affirmations and prayers and things that you might put in the center of it. What it wants is it wants to be honored by you creating a sacred space for it in the 3D, in your world, and to place into that sacred circle those aspects of how you would have it. So again, they're offering, you're going to need time. You're going to need time to prepare yourself. You're going to need time to be organized. This is going to take more out of you, yet it's also going to give you back more. I'm getting initially, it's what I'm getting is this is the kind of thing that is going to, I feel already that there's like 2 or 3 people that will sign up, you will have initial students that are going to come, and that it will start small, but that it will start to the degree that you are ready to really show up and be the master teacher that you are. And we know you are, dear sister. To that degree, though, it's calling you to level up to another degree of really pulling from everything that you've learned, and to not be afraid. Okay, that's the thing, to not be afraid to really present it. So, okay, higher self is also offering that there are aspects that you've been holding back when it comes to teaching. As much as you've been giving, there are aspects that you've been holding back in for fear of what? For fear, out of fear. Fear of not being taken seriously, fear of coloring too outside the box. Yet what I'm getting is that there is this, okay, we got past lives. This is interesting. So, and consciousness. Okay, and consciousness. So this is very interesting. I know the light's kind of bright here. Um, because you've done this before. So the past life card is telling us, Elizabeth, that you've done this before. And the students that you draw to you are going to be ready for the mysticism. What I'm getting is this is a call, even though it's under the tent and the guise of like a leader in a yoga studio and to create a program or to be a part of a program, that what I feel, and of course, this is all as it resonates with you and your truth, is that this is an opportunity for you to hold space for yourself and for others in a way that is deeply rooted in the mystical, that is deeply rooted in those divine happenstance, those divine synchronicities, those divine just powerful, wonderful healing and spiritual growth experiences that you've had, and to hold space for others in a way now where you have that audience, in a way now where the interplay of information can come back and forth, serve you and serve others, just like how we were speaking with Katie earlier. It's time now to teach what you want to learn, and you have learned a lot, you know a lot, yet now it's time to share that with others. And so the fear comes from being afraid of what other people will think. And it's really, that's not your fear, right? That's a fear of the world. That's a fear, that's a 3D story that we're told in the world about how to really hold ourselves back. And I know you're signed up at my website, and I thank you for that. And I just sent out, everyone, I just sent out my monthly love letter. And this month's blog is all about stop playing small. And so I'm getting that as well for you. It really, and for all of us, but specific to this question, Elizabeth, stop playing small is a big turning point to take. So you and only you know where you've been afraid to kind of shine your light brighter. And this is it too. We bump into our own light and that divine connection with source. And then sometimes we're even unaware. At the very beginning of the show, I was talking about the subconscious and how it records all the stories. Yet the truth is always there in the story, the real story of who we are and why we're here. And as we uncover those untruths, the truth then is allowed to be here. So you know you have something to offer. And obviously the universe does too. And so this is a big opportunity for you to be of service, to grow spiritually, to level up your abilities to do business for yourself, on behalf of yourself, and to the level that you've held space for others on their platforms. Because I know you're a great supporter, Elizabeth, and you hold space, and you've worked with so many spiritual speakers and authors and people. And now it's time. Woo! That's what I get for you. Now it's time for you to allow yourself to come in and to be that which you've supported. Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. Okay, blessings, sister. I pray that that serves you. That's really exciting. That's really, really exciting. So blessings. And I pray that that serves you, Elizabeth. Let's see. Let's come on down here. Okay, so we have a question from the Perking Jam. I pray I'm saying that correctly. Okay, Elizabeth, we'll just finish with you here. Yes, it'll be the first time they offer yoga. I'm terrified about the business aspect. I already have one teacher and one student. Yes, fear is a huge one regarding this. I know you received your love letter and it resonated deeply. Blessings. You're so, so very welcome. Okay, you know what? It's the first time they're going to offer yoga. What a gift that you are going to be that holder of space, that you are going to be that facilitator. That's really beautifully, beautifully blessed. So before I get to this next question here on YouTube, let's just pop over and we'll see if there's any questions. And if you're watching here, all blessings, gods and kings. Wow. I appreciate your posts, and everyone else here. Riza's here. Blessings, everyone here at Instagram land. If you have a question regarding anything at all, DM me at tuesdaymaythomas.com and I will channel your higher self, and for the highest good, offer you information, insight that may be hidden in the subconscious or the unconscious realm to serve your path of spiritual growth and spiritual sovereignty. So you can DM me and I will check the DMs. And of course, if you're here on YouTube, leave your question in the comments and we will get at it. So let me just have a little look here on Instagram and see if there's any more questions that have come through. And I'm so very grateful. Thank you for saying hi, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm so very grateful for this community and for this opportunity. So we'll just have a look. All right, my friends, nothing on Tuesday, May Thomas. We're going to just have a look at Grid Mind Science, my other platform here on Instagram. Okay. Do you know what the law of attraction is? Do we know what the law of attraction is? We do. We do. And it's a very interesting paradigm because what I offer is that this is for Ron. I offer that law of attraction is a stepping stone teaching. It is a teaching by which we have all learned together that we create our reality. It has really brought us into this divine knowing and awareness of what I think and what I feel. Where I place my attention and my energy is where it will be accumulated. And to the degree it's ready to pop into my life and show up for me, it will. But what is really important, and what my second book, How to Manifest with the Law of Vibration, is based on, is this notion of that the law of attraction is really powerful and wonderful when it is aligned with the truth in our hearts to create, to co create, to manifest that which we would have as experience for us. Yet, when the law of attraction, when we use those practices, the vision boards, the affirmations, the conjuring, the wishing, the wanting, when all of that stuff is simply coming from a place of the mind, perhaps of what we've been told we want to, or what we've been told, pardon me, is the truth. What we've told is what is for us versus what we know is for us. Money will make you happy. That big car will make you happy. Whatever it is that we're kind of conjuring and creating and manifesting through law of attraction, we can have anything, right? It's all energy. Yet is it that which is true in your heart? And sometimes through bumping our knees, grazing our knees, scuffing our elbows with law of attraction, we get to realize, wow, actually what I created is actually not in truth with my heart. And so it can be a tool, law of attraction, to bring us closer to the truth of what it is within us. And the difference between law of vibration and law of attraction is law of vibration invites us to create from a space of truth in our heart first, from that space of what is here in the reality with the capital R. What is my heartfelt purpose? What is my heartfelt longing, desire, intention? What excites me? And to match then our affirmations, our prayers, our chants, our visualizations, our meditations, etc., with that which is in the heart. And so, by way of bypassing only the mind and what we think would make us happy, we're creating from a space of truth, of what we know, of what is truth in our heart, with all of those law of attraction attributes, with those practices of co-creating on purpose that what we would have as our experience. And so while creating with law of attraction is powerful, it is a stepping stone to actually coming into creating and manifesting MANNA, like manna from heaven, manifesting versus manifesting that which we would have, right? Because it's rooted in truth and in love. And when we create from that place of the heart, what comes created on behalf of us, on behalf of our intentions, our wishing, our longing, our visualizing, our vision boards, or however you put it together for you, it will come to pass under grace, without force, without any ill will towards anyone or anything. It will be created by way of love. And when things and people and places and situations and synchronicities and happenstance happen by way of love with the law of vibration, it comes to pass in ways that serve the greater whole, that serve, right, everyone, because it is that which is birthed through love. And not to say that that which is created with law of attraction cannot do that same thing. Yet, if law of attraction, if we're only creating from a place of what our mind thinks will make us happy, and it is outside of what the heart knows is where your true happiness is, well, that's when we bump into ourselves. That's when we bump into those aspects that will leave us less than satisfied, that maybe will, wow, we created this and that or the other situation. Yet then as we begin to live and embody and be a part of that situation, we might come to realize like, wow, this is not it, you know? This actually isn't the truth. And so we rewire, we reroute, we go deeper into the heart and begin to create and manifest from that place that is the truth in our heart. And I don't know about you, but I've learned big lessons with this. It's all in my book, How to Manifest with the Law of Vibration. I'd actually created a partner. I created a whole situation. I created a car. I created all sorts of stuff. Long story short, it's in my book. The car that I created, I got into a car accident within a month of driving it, and which I had 2.5 years of chiropractic and physical therapy realignment from that. And then also the partner that I created. Well, a lot of you who know me well know that the story goes on. And to put this in a bubble of light and to just share succinctly with love that that partner ended up, we are not together now, but it ended up becoming a situation whereby great love was shared and massive healing growth was shared, but under very traumatic circumstances that include him attempting suicide and us going through these really powerful routes of healing together. Now, I created him. I put him on a vision board. I wrote out 100 affirmations and said them in the mirror every day of this perfect partner of who I would manifest. The picture of the car, of the Prius, was right there next to him on the vision board. And it all happened. It all manifested. And it was all beautiful and lovely. And then the car accident. And then a couple years later, the suicide attempt. And then the story goes on. And again, not that these things didn't serve love, because it all brings us closer to love. But I tell you, at the bottom line, when I really stepped back and I realized as I was writing my book, as I realized a deeper truth, I realized that I actually never wanted to be married. But this was something that was brought to me on this platter because I got engaged to this person through these visions, through this vision board, through this calling in, this reality that I thought that I wanted, this story that I was told by society and by the world, that marriage, that doing this thing in this certain way that society does is for me, when in fact the true, and anyone who knows me, and really I feel like I could have known myself better too, but we take a chance in love and we think, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the one. Yet when I got down to the true, I realized like, wow, if I would have just honored my true self from the very beginning and known that actually I don't want to be married and that's not the type of relationship I want, then that whole thing would have never have happened. Yet I have no regrets, and it has blessed and it has served. It serves me, it serves others, these stories that we share and that I have been through. And so coming full circle, bottom line, it has brought me closer into the heart. And so when we create from the heart, we create closer to that space that is out of time and space. We create from a place of the now. And so that which comes to us is rooted in love, is rooted in light, and better matches those parts of us that are rooted in our heart as love and light too, with those desires and wishes and dreams. Okay. So I pray that that serves you, Ron. And I thank you for your question. Now there's a question here on YouTube. So again, if you're on Instagram land and you have a question, and I'm happy to give you a pseudonym. So if you don't want your name to be shared on live, right? On Instagram or on YouTube, then you just let me know and you put that in your DM, and I will be happy to honor that. Okay. Okay, so there's no current questions up on Instagram land that I can see. So let's go ahead and pop over here to YouTube. The Perkins Jam. What gifts shall I strengthen and share with others? Okay. What gifts shall I strengthen and share with others? All right. So let's take a moment and drop in. So right away, I see you placing your hand on someone's shoulder. I see someone in a seat, maybe even in a wheelchair. But I see you, and maybe that's just a metaphor that speaks to your ability to hold space for others that may be in a place of being in a circumstance whereby they have less than. They they maybe do not have perfect health. They maybe do not have two legs. They maybe are seeking counsel, seeking guidance, seeking help. And I see you standing next to someone who's seated, placing your hand on their shoulder and sort of looking, not looking down in a derogatory way, but as if you are holding space. I see this bubble of light around you as you're sharing by simply touching this person on the shoulder and holding space for them, that they are able to see and hear themselves with greater clarity and be comforted by the space that you hold. And so this is a big one. This is very, very beautiful. So now let's see, how does this translate? How does this look for the Perkins Jam? What other information can we share with them? Wow. So I'm even getting there's this interesting, so this is interesting because I'm getting hotel and hospital. Hotel and hospital. How does that resonate with you, Perkins Jam? Hotel and hospital as places and spaces whereby this power of your ability to comfort others, your ability to hold space for them can be strengthened. And so, okay, there's a few cards and right away, oops, we have ripeness. So you know that you are ready. The fruit has fallen from the tree, Perkins Jam. And so hence you are asking the question, how may I share? And really what keeps coming is your ability to hold space. And often with holding space, there's a lot of us just being present for others, creating a sacred container for others to show up as their true selves, for others to be heard, to be seen. And in that way, the individual comes to self-realization. That individual comes to hear themselves. They come to, through the backdrop of the clarity that you hold in just being an unconditional holder of space, they get to see who they are. And they also get to imagine into who they might be through the presence of you. When we hold space, we are coming in such a way to do so that we hold no preconceived ideas or notions. We hold no limitations about the person or the idea that might be presented, about the possibility or potential with that. And so we are simply creating that divine container, like that bubble of light that I saw that was containing you and this other person. We create that space. And so our attention is undivided. Our attention and the space that we hold for others to see themselves in allows for an expansion. It allows for an ability of paradigms to be met and to be downloaded for yourself and for others, so that they can see themselves in ways they have never seen before. So just the presence of you holding space, Perkins Jam, is what is guided. And in that way, allowing for a greater story to be told, allowing for those parts of the story, again, that may be hidden in the subconscious, to be brought to light simply by you being present and listening, being present and offering what it is you feel guided to offer at any time and space and for the highest good. So let's see if there's anything else that comes through with this. It's interesting because I keep getting massage. I don't know if you do massage, but again, hotel, hospital. you having your hand on someone, perhaps you share Reiki, or perhaps you're guided maybe to go in that realm to begin studying a healing modality that will allow you to step into a means to share that sacred space with others and really be held by it yourself as well. So let's see if there's anything else for you. What you need will be given as you step through. What you need will be given as you step through. So there may be an aspect that you are in consideration of whereby you don't know, you don't have all the pieces yet. And higher self, in fact, is saying it's not time to know all the pieces, but that a part of your journey and a part of you living your adventure is allowing the happenstance, is taking that one step at a time, that breadcrumb trail of saying yes to those opportunities. So what I'm getting is that if you have not had a connection to this hotel, to this hospital, to these facilities that are even like these energy blueprints, that you will be brought into contact with them, and you will then have the opportunity to create a course, to create or to be invited into to offer your services with those and others, and that this is it. It's really as simple as that, and it's not complicated. It feels that you are ready and that you know you are ready, and so what your job is now is to continue creating the correct conditions within yourself to maintain that preparedness so that when those opportunities come, you will have a clarity and a sense of whether it is something that you would have, that you would go forth, or something that where you might say, I'm going to wait and see what happens, or I'm going to sit with this. But I do see you in contact with other humans, literally hands touching them. So I pray that that serves you. And I am curious how that resonates for you, if you have any sort of modality practice at all. But that's what I get in terms of the gifts that shall strengthen you and that will serve as you share with others. Okay, blessings. All right, so we just have a few more minutes left. If you have a question, go ahead and DM me on Instagram or leave your comment, your question in the comments here at YouTube. Okay, we just have a few more minutes left, and I'm so very grateful. I'm so very grateful for you. And I'll just riff for a minute here. I thank you always for participating in this weekly live stream with me. It is 4D Trinity. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and it is here that we bridge fourth dimensional consciousness, that unity consciousness of the heart space, the true knowing of the oneness that we are, and share that as a heaven on earth realization, share that fourth dimensional consciousness with each other. And that's what all the teachings that I share are about. This once a month Q&A, Ask Me Anything, all of this information channeled through by higher self is here to really hold space, to really serve you in you serving yourself and serving your path. And always it has to do with spiritual growth and knowing who we are as a sovereign being outside of the pain of the past, outside of those memories. So maybe there's one more question. Let's just see here. Thank you so much. Okay, blessings, Perkins Jam. You're very welcome. I pray that serves you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, everyone. So I think we're going to be wrapping it up here in a minute. If you are not subscribed to my website, go to tuesdaymaythomas.com. And on the first page, you'll see a little subscription box. And there you can sign up for my monthly love letter. I send one out every month. And this month's theme in my blog is Stop Playing Small. There's a worksheet that you can work with regard to working out the ins and outs of what that means to you. And also every month I share through my love letter an unedited rough chapter from the book I'm working on called Holy Grail Hologram. And it is a companion book to the movie I'm working on creating called Grid Mind Science. Thank you for following, for subscribing here at YouTube. And thank you for following at Instagram time and for all of your questions, your support, even just being here and giving a wave. I'm so very grateful. So very grateful. Thank you for following Grid Mind Science, which is now on Facebook and on Twitter as well. And I look forward to being with you next week for our show 4D Trinity. I have yet to know exactly what we're going to be talking about, and that's how it usually goes. But I'm so very grateful. So I thank you, everyone, and blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I really am so very grateful for you. So have a beautiful day, and thank you again, everyone, and namaste. Blessings, blessings. All right, namaste.